first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kill the power, so that way the pump can't turn back on. So make sure that's off. Make sure your breaker's off so there's no power going to your pump. Then you're going to want to drain your pump and your filter, so pull the plugs out, let it drain. I already drained this one, but basically pull the plugs out, put them aside real quick. I like to put them in the pump basket so you can't lose them. I'm just going to put them on the top of the pump right here because I need to put them back in to blow the lines out. So we're going to start with blowing out the skimmer first. So I'm going to shut the suction line off so that way all the air goes through to the skimmer. I'm going to put the multi-port valve on closed so that way the air can't go through it. It can only go out the skimmer. So that way it has to blow that one line, the one skimmer line out, and no other lines. Gets the max pressure. So once we get that valve open for the skimmer, I'm going to turn the blower on. As you can see, we use lids that are pre-made for, basically each type of pump. As a pool professional, we have to close, a couple hundred pools a year, so we have to be quick. So every single pool pump we have a lid for made so we can just hook our blower in. So as you can see, the skimmer's blowing right now. We're going to blow that for about a minute or so until basically all the water's out and it's just mist. I take the return jet, any type of stuff that comes off the pool, like a suction screen, that always goes in the skimmer baskets and gets put aside. Now I'm going to switch it. I'm going to shut the skimmer, and I'm going to turn the suction line on, so that way now the suction line will blow. What I didn't show is I put antifreeze before I turned that valve for the skimmers. I put the antifreeze in the skimmer, and then I also plugged that up. So now you can see the suction line is blowing. So we're going to let this blow again for like a minute or so. On this one, as that's blowing, I'm going to go around and I'm going to start putting the anchors up for the cover. Like I said, as a pool professional, time is money, so we have to go as quick as we can to get as many closings as possible done during the day. So we got the drill here with the anchor tool on it. I'm going to go around the pool while that's blowing, start pulling the anchors up, and then that way, by the time the lines are blown, the anchors are now up, the cover can be put on. And I apologize, I know I'm moving quick. I didn't realize when I took this footage how quick it went, but I apologize. I'll probably try to make another video later this closing season on the closing process. So here what I got going on is the suction line's blowing and the return line's blowing at the same time. That way, when he plugs the suction, all the flow is going to go over to the return. So how I did that is I went over to the filter, turned the multi-port valve to recirculate this time, so that way all the air will go through the system now into the return side. And I also went over to the valves on the suction side and I shut the suction line off so that way none of the air is going that way anymore. So the suction side is completely blown out and done. The suction line's capped, the skimmer's antifreezed and capped, and then I got the valve shut off as well. So once that line's blown out, we're going to take the multi-port valve and we're going to turn it over to winter. If you don't have a winter setting on your multi-port, you can actually put the multi-port in between two settings. Basically just keeps the valve open so that any moisture can dry out. Always take your pressure gauge off, your sight glass for your backwash, and any small plugs. So your drain plugs on your filter, your drain plugs on your pump. If you had a chlorinator, the drain plugs on that. On this one, it's imperative, like I said earlier in the video, you must take your drain plug off your filter, especially a sand filter, because if you don't, it's going to freeze and crack. So all the plugs, everything small goes inside the pump basket. And then we take the pump basket, we put it back inside the pump. That way it won't get lost over the winter. We know where everything is come springtime. And now it's time to put the cover on. As I was working on a lot of that stuff, I had Madden out here taking care of the stuff at the pool. He was taking out the ladder for me. He was laying out the cover. So by the time this pool is all blown out, the cover's laid out, we're just going to literally drag it over and put it on. So the way we usually do it, we usually drag it over. We put one side on by hand onto the anchors, and then we go down the opposite side with the bar, and we clip it all on. Like I said, in all reality, this closing took about 25 minutes with two people. If we had our full four-man crew, we probably could have been done in 15 minutes. So I know it went real quick in this video. This was literally the most basic pool you could probably do. It had a skimmer, a suction line, a return line, and it was a sand filter. In all reality, we can close these pools in 20 to 25 minutes. We usually do about 10 to 12 closings a day. We average on the more complicated ones usually 45 minutes to an hour. So, and obviously we do, 300 to 350 closings a year. So, we can pretty much close pools in our sleep. So I know we move real quick in this video. If you really want to kind of learn more about how to close a pool, I'll definitely try my best to have some more videos in the future. But just wanted to make a quick video on how we do and how we go about the closing process. We're already out of here. We're heading on to the next one. This was the first of the day. We got another 9 pools to go. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it, guys.